Welcome, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. This is our first stream of 2023. Um, just starting out. So let's give a couple of minutes so everyone can join in. Welcome to see everyone here. Just drop your messages right here so we can chat a little bit before we go right into this week's weekly option. So I hope everyone had an amazing Christmas and first of the year. I went traveling. I went to my grandparents' house, so good to see my family. It was also a quiet place, so we had a lot of free time to relax into nature. We have already James here. Hello, James. Happy New Year. Same to you. Same to you. Um, how was your holidays? Did you have fun? Did you spend it with family? A couple of people went traveling. I don't really like traveling during holidays because everywhere you go is always packed. Everyone is going to be going to either the beach here in Brazil or to big cities. So I went to the countryside, the rural part, which is where my grandparents live. So let me just check my. Hello, Erman. Hello, how are you doing? So yeah, before we start talking about options, uh, I want to kind of go back to what I was saying on our last live stream, which was a little bit about the plans, the future for this channel, the future for me as a creator, as an investor. What is my goal for this year, both financially and what's going to happen in my life, so you guys can know a little bit about me as well. And we can get to know each other a little bit closer, a little bit better. James said holidays went great, stayed home and enjoyed time with family. That's amazing. I think personally that's my favorite way to spend the holidays is close to my loved ones. So I'm glad you also had that with your family. So last year I said I talked about my goals, what I wanted to do, and I spent time reflecting on it throughout the holidays. I was still working. I was just not posting anything YouTube related. And something that I really want to do this year is to focus more on my kind of in a way to express my feelings, because I know a lot of people they do meditations, they write journals, they do this sort of things. I'm not really good at expressing my words, expressing my thoughts in a written way. I do that already, which is why I created a second channel, which I don't know if I mentioned that in another video, but it is going to be a second channel more towards mental health or your emotions, both towards finances and towards other things. It was going to be something to talk about mainly as a way for me to express my interests and to express the way I see the world to other people. So it's not going to be anything. It's going to be my truth, what I think about topics, how I view some topics, both in finances, both in just personal health, mental health, science, theology, physics. I like a lot of stuff. I'm very weird that I do tend to, I like to know a little bit about a lot of things. So even for example, my YouTube feed is very weird because it goes from silly little things to how to build motorcycles, how to remake engines, all these sort of things. So I'm a very I don't consider myself knowledgeable, but I do like to know a little bit on how everything works. So I was even talking to Erman that I wanted to create that channel to use it as some sort of place to express myself that is not affiliated with anything that I have, is not affiliated with my Twitter. It's not going to be a place where I just go on rants or stuff like that. It's just an outside place for me to express myself, which I did. I'm going to link it in the end of the video, just not the point that I'm trying to bring right here. The point is that for this year, I want to focus more on other things that are not finances, you know, because 2022 has been an amazing year for me, work-wise and financially, just because I joined the Sleep Money Club. I started working for SyncQuote. I actually got a Web3 job, remote Web3 job, which is one of my dreams since I started investing in crypto, since I started working with projects, you know, part of DAOs, part of groups, these sort of things. So, but it does take a toll on your mind, you know. It does make you feel a little bit claustrophobic sometimes when the only thing you do is work. So let's see how it goes. If it goes well, I'll let you guys know here, even if you guys are not interested. And if it goes bad, I'll also let you guys know, because I do like transparency, and it's good to know that creators like me and like bigger creators not only have winning ideas, they also can lose sometimes. So now that we have that out of the way, we have no more questions here, just Erman and James. Let's talk about options. What do I see for this year, 2023? Well, the end of last year for options, it was a really, really bad end of the year. Implied volatility fell down a lot, just because this is what goes on in a bear market. There's a lot of people leaving the ecosystem. There's a lot of people withdrawing their money, moving their money somewhere else, somewhere safer, which I do understand. And I do think if you are having anxiety, if you are feeling anxious of leaving your money in whatever it is, stable coins or any other tokens that you want, you shouldn't. You should preserve your mental health. You should preserve your you should preserve yourself, your emotions. Just take the money out, wait, and then you start to invest again once you deem fit. But also take that time, if you're going to leave the market, take that time to keep up with the market and learn more, because knowledge is power. So the more you know about the market, the more you know why the market is acting this way, the more you're going to be mentally prepared and also emotionally prepared. So if that's something that you are thinking about doing, of taking your money out of the markets, you know, then do that. But keep learning more, keep understanding more on how the market works. So how do I see this next year, this year of 2023? Well, now that I have a little bit more time working for a DeFi protocol, I started to get a little bit more networking. I started to understand other protocols, how they work. I started to talk to other community managers, developers from other projects. Started making a little bit of a network myself of people that I know, people that I can trust, people that understand the situation of crypto right now, which, to be honest, I don't want to be pessimistic, but it is not great. It is not a good situation that we are right now. Let me go this camera since we don't have any more questions. It is not really, by the way, if you like my haircut, just let me know, drop a like here in this live stream for the bald haircut. Now the hair is a little bit grown now, but anyways, a lot of people that have been working behind the scenes, so they're not investors, they're more like builders. They did tell me that this is a bad time for crypto. for investors in January, because a lot of builders are still building. There's a lot of projects that have kept working, kept pushing other things to keep improving, while there's not a lot of volatility going on. There's not a lot of interest in crypto, and a couple of them gave me a good answer that they do like to build, they do like to work in these situations, because the hype and the normies and the government are not pressuring these builders, are not pressuring the ecosystem itself. And when there's not a lot of eyes at a certain specific topic, this is where the people that are actually interested in those things, they can shine, they can prepare themselves, they can start building for when the next summer comes on. So I do agree 100% with this view. It does suck a little bit to be part of, to be the ones who join right when it is a crypto winter, you know? There's a lot of people who joined before, who rushed and made a lot of money during these last few DeFi summers, crypto summers. We had DeFi summer, then we had crypto summer. So it is a little bit of sad situation for new people who are interested in crypto, but who found themselves in a place where you can no longer farm like you were farming August of 2021. You know, you can no longer get a stake somewhere for like 80 or 90 or even 200% on a decentralized exchange for just lending money to somewhere else, to someone else. So these opportunities are very rare right now in the space, but there's a lot of builders that are still building. So this is good to know. So my plan is really to focus now all into the option side of crypto. I've seen a lot of new things popping up left and right about options. So both DOVs, both options, like normal options like we know. Now I've also seen about binary options, which has nothing to do with options, but it is good to see that there's a lot of Web2 and TradFi technology being brought and adapted to Web3, which is good, even if I'm not a fan myself of binary options, because they do tend to be very confusing to a lot of people, and it is borderline gambling, because the protocol is pretty much like a casino. So they always take a commission, they always take a share, and you're always betting against the casino, against the house, not against other players. So this is the difference pretty much in reward system between normal protocols and binary option protocols, which are which, by the way, do not affect the asset itself when you're placing a trade with these binary option protocols or binary option brokerages, whatever you want to call them, if you are in DeFi or in Web2. So my plan this year, I've set a goal for my portfolio. The return that I want to have for the year, so the return that I want to have throughout 2023 is 150%. This is how much I want to make this year. Whatever I make more, it is just a blessing to myself, to my wallet, you know. But my goal is to make 150%. Now, if we have for the next 4 months this implied volatility that we had end of the year, so under 60, I don't think I'm going to reach that goal, because the premiums, as we're going to see right now in a little bit when I start sharing the screen about Lira, the premiums do not look good. They're not as juicy as they were back in September or back in August, where the implied volatility was over 100%. And that sucks. But on the other hand, we have some news. For example, us as Syncquote, we have our margin mode already, just like Lira does. But ours, personally, I am a little bit biased because I do work at Syncquote, but I do think it is way better than Lira's. It works very differently, so it has nothing to do. There's a little bit of a learning curve if you use to liras to go to hours, but we have more leverage, and Syncquote already has way more strikes, way more instruments than Lira does, just because we use market makers, as I mentioned a couple of videos before, live streams before. So adding margin mode with this is going to make me most likely move my portfolio from Lira already all the way to Syncquote and just keep my money in Syncquote. We're also launching on Arbitrum, so that will be way better for gas fees, for transaction speeds, because right now we're only on Polygon and Binance Smart Chain and AVAX, but AVAX we stopped that because we were focusing on the Arbitrum launch. So there's a lot going on for option protocols in general, not only Syncquote. We have also other protocols that are emerging, that are options related, DOVs, but also book orders, also other AMMs. So we have a lot of different protocols that are popping up. I'm most likely going to be covering them, but also remember that I do work for one myself, so there's going to be a little bit of a bias, but I'm always going to try to be as transparent as I can to let you know what do I think in a very transparent way. I'll try to keep myself as less biased as I can, pretty much. So this is my goal, 150% return on my money this year. Of course, I'll be depositing more as my capital grows. I'm also going to be focusing more on the course that I launched last year and the end of last year, just because now I have more things to add to this course. So if you already took the course in probably a couple of months, maybe end of February, I will have added the new these new chapters for the course. You don't have to pay anything anymore if you already bought the course. If you didn't buy the course and you want to buy it, the price is not going to go up, it's not going to go down, it's not going to change. The link is right here in the description. Is a course to where I teach the strategy that I use to make money, which is to sell covered calls or cash secured puts on Lira, on Syncquote. And since both had majors update and Syncquote is going to have a major update, I'm also going to cover that in the course. I'm going to add these new chapters there. So now that I've mumbled for 18 minutes, it seems, let's get to business, because I don't think my camera has enough battery to go all the way to the end of the video. So if we go to desktop and camera, there you go. Now you can see me. So let me connect my MetaMask right here. Yep, already connected. So just refresh this page. Let's take a look at our implied volatility for this expiration. So if you go right here, January 20, we can see that our IV is very, very bad, very, very bad. So we had a spike all the way to 56%, almost 55.8, and then now it is down back to around 50-ish percent, 48-ish percent, which sucks. You know, I don't really like to sell low IV. I should not sell this low IV. But as I was talking to a couple of people, people were telling me that I should at least trade something, even if it is a smaller position here on the live stream, just so I can teach to whatever new user watches my stream, whatever new user is watching my YouTube channel, you know. So even if it is a smaller size, they can understand why am I doing it, but why should they not do that instead, just so we can keep our minds active on how to trade these options. So let's take a look. I actually have I had my mind set on what I wanted to do, but then when I saw the premium, when I saw premium for both sides, now I'm kind of I cannot choose, I cannot figure out which one to sell, if I want to sell a call or if I want to sell a put. I'm going to show you why. We're going to do the math together, and then I'll let you all guys pitch in to let me know which one would you if you were in my shoes, which one would you sell personally. So we have Crypto Fullness here. Hey, how are you doing, man? Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. Welcome. So if you have any questions, just drop them here in the comments. Anyways, if we look at Ethereum's chart right now, Ethereum rallied up these last few days. It was a very, very lateral couple of months, because for example, since November 10th, it has been going sideways for the longest time. So I see right here, it was around the 1290. The range was 1290 to, let's say, around 1160. So this range, it just kept bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. And then we had this very tight channel right here for the Bollinger Bands, which usually means that it's going to go up or down. And it is going to go to one direction, with a lot of force. This does not translate to implied volatility going up all the time. Sometimes yes, but you can see that it has very few green candles going up. So it's not a huge green candle going up all at once. It is a slowly and steady growth, which is not something that I want to see, to be honest. I would like to see big candles that are very directional. So for example, this bump right here, it was very, very high all at once, and then kind of got sideways for a couple of days, which is good for us. They're selling options during these days right here, and then it got down again. But if you can see right here, it was just like 1%, 0.5%, maybe 2% on good days. But the majority of the time, it was not anything so good, so high. So this leaves us to today right here. These orange lines right here, all this mess that you're seeing on my screen. I'm sorry. Let me try to explain to you if you are a new viewer right here. These green or red, sometimes they are red right here, red dotted lines. The dotted lines are my strikes that I put for each week that I sell options. You can see that these last few weeks, I did not sell anything, just because I was either in vacation or the market was not profitable. The market was not favorable of sellers. They were favorable for buyers. So if you buy, you want to buy in a low IV scenario. For us as sellers, we want to sell in a low IV scenario. If you don't kind of understand what I'm saying, what is IV? IV means implied volatility. And I have a couple of videos in my YouTube channel here where I explain why as a buyer you want to buy low IV, and as a seller you want to sell low IV. I've also explained in a couple of other live streams that I did. So just go on my playlist for previous live streams where you can find these topics that I covered, or if you have a very specific question, just drop them right here in the comments. So anyways, with this low IV, with this low climb for Ethereum, I was most likely, if it was a very high climb for Ethereum, so if this candle ended right here and then this candle ended right here, I would for sure be 100% sure that I wanted to sell a covered call, because it was going to go back inside the Bollinger Bands, and I would have a high volatility, which was not the case. That is not the case as we are seeing right now. So what should we do? Let's take a look at what Lyra has to offer. Lyra right here. So on Lyra, we are looking at these strikes right here. January 20th, which is next Friday. We're going to sell, and let's take a look at the calls and the puts. So right out of the gate, we go to the last one, and the last one is a 0.91 delta. So in a couple of minutes, if Ethereum goes down, if Ethereum goes up just a little bit, actually goes down just a little bit, this right here will not show up on Lyra's dashboard anymore, just because when the delta goes below 0.09, then they take it off the dashboard. So this is a very close strike that we're most likely not going to be seeing for a long time, and it is paying only $2.18 in premium for each contract. We will run the math right in a little bit, but now let's go to the put to see what it is on the other side. So on the other side, we have the 1300. The delta is 0.8, so 0.08. So this one is not going to be here probably by the end of this live stream. Okay, it's just going to disappear. And it has a little bit more of a premium. Okay, It has 45.6% implied volatility. This one has 42.6. So this one has this one is not as good as the call, the put. The put would be winning if we were selling the furthest one out of the money. Okay, if we were selling the furthest one, the 1300 put would be my favorite, would be the best one to go for. So now let's take a look at a higher delta, because this way we can get a higher premium. So let's go back to the call, and the higher delta will be this one right here, the 1500. 1500, we have a 22 delta. 22 delta giving us $10.62 per contract, which is fine for this low of a an implied volatility, 48%. You know that I personally don't sell under 50%, but for the sake of this live stream, we're going to do that. Now, if we look at 1500, we are right now at 1418. If we hold shift and go to 1500, we are 5.76% distance from reaching the 1500 strike. So that is very, very tight. Of course, it will be the less the lower the implied volatility it is, the closer the strikes will be, and the lower the premium will be. It's like dry season, pretty much. So let's look at the puts right here. We have one which is a 47% implied volatility, still very bad. I don't not a personally a fan of this one. And if we go to the premium, it is $10.05 for this premium. The delta is a little bit lower. So, and I also think it's going to be around 5% difference from the price that it is right now. So I'd say let's go 1350. 1350 right here. So we are 485 from the actual price that we are right now. So a little bit tight again. So now let's run these numbers with leverage, how much we can leverage here with our portfolio. So let's go back to the call again, to the lowest one, the 2.18, which is 1550. So the capital will be 1500 as usual, and we can go, let's say 3. Yeah, with 3 contracts, we are going to be leveraged. I'm running the math in a little bit, but we will be getting $6.36 for 3 contracts, which is really, really low. So if you run the math, we'll divide this by 1500. We're making 0.42% in a week. So this is really bad. I don't want to do that. I don't want to leverage. I cannot leverage anymore because it's going to be closer to my liquidation price, and it gets riskier even though we have a safer delta. So I don't want to risk that. Let's take a look at the put right now. So remember, it was a 0.44 return on that. Now, if we go right here and we run the same strategy for the put, we can go a little bit higher. Yeah, 1000. We can actually go 4. Yeah, we can go 4. So we are 4 contracts, so we are way more leveraged, but we're still getting 949. So 949 as a yield. We divided that by 1500. So here we're getting a 0.63% this week if we leverage the put, because with the put, the size you need is less, so you can leverage a little bit more. So 44 and a 63. Now let's run with the higher number, with the biggest boys right here, the 1500 call. So 1500 in collateral, and I'm gonna go 3. So 3, let's say I have a little bit of a range here, 1600 the liquidation price. So that pays me 31.38. So that's getting a little bit better. Let's take a look, calculator. 31.38. We'll divide that by 1500. We're over 2%. Yeah, we're 2.1% yield for the week if we sell this 1500 call. So let's go for the put and let's see the 1350. 21 delta, 10 also, but we can go a little bit more leverage than the 1500 just because we need less collateral. So we've got 1500 here. Let's go for a 3.5 maybe. Can go even higher, 3.6. I want to go crazy with this. 0.8, yeah, 3.7. Okay, with a 3.7, with 3.7 contracts leveraged a little bit. I'm gonna do the math on how much leverage I am using. I would get 3650. So 3650. 3650. We'll divide that by 1500. Oh, 1500. And we have 2.4%. So this is good. This is good. This is juicy. And our liquidation price would be $1,220. So if Ethereum goes to this price, we get liquidated. Dark Miner, hey, what's up, man? Hey, Dark Miner, good to have you here. How are you doing today? Glad to have you here. Welcome to the live stream. So for this one, we would have 2.4. Let me run the math again because I forgot. It was 2.4. So it was 3650, 3650 divided by 1500. Yeah, 2.43 yield for this week we would have. Okay, so we have, let's run our numbers again. We have for selling a put, we had a 0.63, a 2.4, and for selling calls we have 2.1 and 44%, 0.44%. So you can see the higher we go, the yield that we collect for selling a call is a little bit less than selling a put. But now, if we look right here at a 1350, the 1350 is right around this this line right here, this which will become a resistance. So it kind of makes me nervous to sell that that 1350, okay? But the 1300 sucks. As we see, the 1300 only gives me 0.63%, 64% return on the week. So what I'm gonna do, but for example, we see right here the RSI is very over the funnel is very overextended, which would make me want to sell a call. But again, because it is a slow climb up, I am pushed to sell this put right here and collect that 2.4%, which is juicy. So what do you guys think? CryptoPhonus already said that he wants that 1300. Let me share the So CryptoPhonus already said he wants that 1300. Okay, he would sell that 1300. What do you guys what would you guys do? What would, for example, Erman, what would you do? Because I know Erman also is dabbling with selling these options right here. Excuse me. So let's hear from you guys for a little bit. What do you guys think? What would you guys do? Because while we wait, I will think for myself to let you know what choices I would like to do based on all of this. Dark Miner says, I do my best. Day's going well. Ready for a nice weekend. That's nice, man. Enjoy your weekend. So, while I wait for you guys to answer this, I'm gonna be also continuing this. running more strategies here, so just so I can figure out what do I want to do with. Okay, so we have two different answers right here. Cryptofulness says less risk, lower reward. With current market conditions, I would go low risk. Okay, and then Erman says I think we're gonna have a pullback, so I would sell a call, but I don't like the IV. Now I do agree with Erman, by looking at this chart right here. Well, you guys cannot see it actually. So by looking at this chart right here, I do think that we're gonna have a pullback. But as of now, since the starting of this live stream, Ethereum has only been going up and is already above and outside the Bollinger Bands. If we look at Bitcoin, for example, look at how much Bitcoin has rallied. Today is 3%. 3%. So I'm thinking Bitcoin is gonna carry Ethereum up for a little bit. Because let me trace something right here. Horizontal ray, this right here. Bitcoin is already above this this line right here from all the way back to September. So this is a very nice rally if we're looking at from Bitcoin and not from Ethereum. Let's take a look at stocks a little bit. Okay, Dark Miner says Bitcoin on a chart basis is setting up for some massive resistance breaks. I think we get a pullback soon, but charts are looking strong. If we break 19,511, it's going to run hard. So Bitcoin 19,511. So we're almost there. Okay, and it is already up to 3% now. So very strong volume. This now, see why I like having these live streams, even if I personally would not have sold anything this week, because you guys make me think. You guys make me put my mind to work now. So now I personally want to go back and sell that put. So even though we might see that pullback, selling a put might be the smartest choice here. Okay, I've made my decision. So let me pull my camera back here. Let me go to desktop and camera. We're gonna go for we're gonna sell this call. Actually, we're gonna sell this put. Sorry, I'll sell this put. Because this could be a bull trap and we get wrecked. This could be a bear trap. So we never know. So the wallet's disconnected again for some reason. Disconnect the wallet. MetaMask. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run it, but with less leverage. So we're gonna go to sell. See, the 1300 already disappeared. So the 1300 is gone. We can only choose the 1350, but now we have less premium. So let's run these numbers again. We go to 1500 in collateral. What were we doing? 3.6 here. And I get $1,200 liquidation. Just fine. Let's actually go a little bit lower. I don't want to risk with this market right now. Let's go for 3.2. 21% before I get leverage. That's fine. Over 30, so I'm still making above 2%. So let's run the math right here. We're getting $30. Okay, I'm getting $30. 30, 23. divided that by the collateral, 1500. We're making 2% with this trade. If we go through with this 2%, okay. We get liquidated at 11.16, so we get liquidated at 11.16, and our strike is 13.50. So our strike is 13.50. Our strike is 5% away now. Okay, 5% away. Bitcoin rallies more. This is going to be good for us because it's going to make our strike further away than it is right now. We have right here, okay, so we have a little bit more answers here on chat. We have Dark Miner saying 200 MA on daily basis hasn't been broken since the bull run. Then we have Cryptofulness saying Ethereum will lead Bitcoin. The market does not care about our beliefs. Apply the strategy. Get the juices as close to 10% delta from the current value. The only option is put at 1300. The 1300 put is gone, just as I said so. The 1300 put had too low of a delta, so it is already gone. What a crazy week in mining options. Riot and Mara. Okay, yeah, really has been. Turned my S19s and a few rigs into my some Bitcoin. Good point. So yes, but we no longer have the 1300. As what happens here, it's customary here to happen this. We keep talking too much, and the furthest strikes, they just disappear into thin air. So no more 1350s. We're gonna risk it with the no more 1300. We're gonna risk it with the 1350 strike. So we ran the numbers. We are okay with this. Let's confirm the transaction here and go through this. Yes, confirm. We wait a little bit. Your transaction was successful. So I actually got a little bit less than that $30 then, just because the price of Ethereum changed already by the time we finished opening the position. We got 29.39, so a little bit less than 2%, but not really too worried about it. 29.39 divided that by 1500, so we got 1.95. okay, not really a big deal. So now, good thing I'm gonna be collecting that yield for the rewards for Lira. So this one is gonna make up for the difference over here, because I think I haven't claimed the other yield that I collected from last year's options. So what I'm gonna do now, oh, the delta is already very low, way lower than it was before. It was 23 or 22, I think. So now it is at 20, so really good for us. Now what I'm gonna do right after the stream right here, I'm gonna go and go for the options pool, because now I'm gonna open this option pool and start trading back again for these guys. So Cryptofulness have to go, guys. Sorry, have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, Everton. We'll see the rest later. Hey, thank you, man. We're also heading to the end of the live stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here and for your thoughts. It was very helpful as always. You're very good guy. So thank you. Also check out his YouTube channel. He's making YouTube videos now, so go check him out. Really good stuff. So I think this is it. Hope you guys agreed with my strategy. If not, let's hope for the best. I'll let you guys know next Friday how this one went, if I got wrecked or not. But of course, even before getting wrecked, I might close the option just so I don't get deep in the red. But I'll let you know how it goes on the next live stream, which is going to be next Friday. Of course, now we're back at it. We're back with everything. So 2023 is going to be an amazing year for us, for options, for DeFi, in general, for people who keep building, for people who keep farming these option protocols or delta neutral strategies, which now you can do with perpetuals. Uniswap would be really good for you to farm delta neutral strategies. So thank you for joining the first live stream of the year. Thank you for being here, for helping me out with the likes here on the live stream, with watching this video all the way through. I hope you guys enjoy. And of course, like Crypto Fullness says, have an amazing weekend, you guys. Thank you again. I'll see you guys next Friday. Other than that, oh, now that we are ending, let me share the let me share with you the link for my YouTube video, for my new channel. So that way you can also help me out over there if you feel like it. Give me 1 second so I can. It is youtube.com. There you go. I shared the link with you guys. And this is it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining here. Catch you guys later. Peace out.
Sudden emergence of maggots. But even more strange is that according to the family, they came out of nowhere. To this day, they have yet to come up with an explanation for this odd occurrence. But as if that wasn't baffling enough, 2 nights later, they capture something beyond strange. It's late at night, when a loud noise outside the bedroom wakes up the parents. Take a look.